Welcome to the Salt Labyrinth podcast. I'm Hank, and with me is the world's finest Ben.
That is true.
Ben.
That's people call me that. I'm walking, I'm minding my business, and people are like, "Damn, what's your name?" Like, it's Ben. They're like, "You're the finest Ben I've ever seen." That happens. It happens a lot.
Are you the only Ben they've ever seen?
In this country, yeah, probably.
Want to know a fun fact about why it's called World's Finest?
Is it a fact I could reasonably guess? Or is it completely
Probably not.
unrelated?
I mean, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's because the first comic that had both Batman and Superman in it was the cover of an issue that was tied into the, or it was an ad. It was a thing for the World's Fair.
Oh.
But the actual inside, they didn't actually interact. It was just there happened to be a Superman story and a Batman story in the thing. So then when that was like extremely popular, they wanted to do more of that. They didn't want to pay the World's Fair their trademark or whatever.
Yeah.
So they came up with World's Finest instead.
That's pretty good. That's solid.
Yeah. And then it took them a long time until they were ever in a story together in World's Finest. But then there was a story where they were both on a boat and it was crowded, and so they had to share a room. And then they realized that they were Batman and Superman. That's the first Batman and Superman crossover.
Nice.
And this comic that we're reading, World's Finest, Superman, Batman, from some year, I don't actually know, 1990? 1990.
Okay.
Is a modern, sort of retro-esque version of their first meeting, I guess. I don't know if this was supposed to be canon at the time it came out, honestly.
It definitely, I would have pegged it as being a little older, maybe. It definitely had a sort of retro feel to it.
Oh, yeah, it's going for a retro feel.
I'll be real.
1990s, a long time ago at this point.
A long time. It wasn't that long ago. Just like
30 years
or whatever. Fuck off. Don't do that to me. You could have just let it sit. You could have just let it sit. It, didn't really grab me.
Oh, really?
The art was very good. I really enjoyed some of the.
I just love the art.
Some of those panels were very good. I don't know why. I felt like I never grasped what was happening. I grasped on a literal level. I understood what was happening. But I constantly felt like it was like a miniature. It felt like I was being shoved in the middle of stuff, except the stuff was not like. What the hell was that super confusing comic we read? Black Metal, Metal Black, whatever. Dark Metal, Black Knight, something.
Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, that's more or less what I said. That was like confusion of being shoved into just like chaos. This was like I'm in the middle of a conversation and I enter a conversation that two people are having and I don't understand what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of with you in that, like, so and it's separate thing from like there are two things I see. There's like the plot is kind of complicated and it's all about like real estate. It's about like the properties that uh Luthor owns, and like he buys this orphanage from the Joker who bought it out from this other guy at like gunpoint. And then like at the end of the story, Luthor's like they're like declaring war on each other, and Luthor's like bombing properties in Gotham that the Joker owns or whatever.
Yeah.
But also the storytelling in a lot of the like the dialogue sequences, like it's just not that good.
Yeah. It's very chunky too on
Like,
dialogue.
yeah, like a lot of the like a lot of the sections of this comic, you're just like, wait, I have to like read it twice because I'm like, what are they talking about here?
Yeah, yeah. Can you?
Although there is a big exception, the like end of issue 2 where Superman gives Batman the Zorro VHS.
Yeah,
That part, those 2 pages, just fucking own.
that was a
That's
very cool moment.
The writing there is very good, and it's very clear what's happening.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
It's not the dialogue isn't boxed in as much, but I am with you in that like
It's so dense.
the storytelling is not.
Even early
It's
on,
not an easy read.
even early
Yeah.
on, I was like, "Who am I supposed to know these people? Or are we just doing sort of like a in media res sort of thing with like this sort of deal?" I don't know. Chunky dialogue.
Yeah.
It was also dialogue aside. I don't know. Not that I needed like a world threat or something, but there was just so much dialogue. And there wasn't a lot of fighting. There weren't like, you know,
No. Well,
there wasn't like
it is
cool shit happening.
kind of what I liked about it is the problem is the thing that's the situation that's been set up with like the way this is working between the Joker and Lex Luthor and their like deal they've made. There's just like a lot happening, so it feels like Batman and Superman just can't physically be in enough places at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the thing of them switching cities is fun.
Oh, that's cool. I love that idea.
And it's really the comic to me like really hangs on the art. And also it's just
And maybe
like the purity of like the setup of like this is just a problem that these extremely like the world's greatest detective and Superman, it's just a problem that they have to like work through, and it's complicated and hard, and that's what I like, that like Superman is fucking Superman. He goes in and like takes a nuclear power plant and throws it into space at one point. Like,
yeah, dude, that bit was good. That was a good bit.
like there's and he's always like standing around with his hands on his hips. Like,
Yeah.
it that shit really really works for me, and it's because it comes in contrast to so many other stories with these characters that like this particular version of this hits so hard for me.
It did for better or worse. I mean, this is the this is the duality of Ben. You know, I was like, I just want a story where the hero's a hero and he does hero stuff, and there's no weird like dark, edgy, muddled stuff. And I'm reading this story and I'm like, why doesn't Superman just punch Lex Luthor's heart out? You know he's a piece of shit. Just fucking bat him. You know, it's one of those.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I liked about this as a Joker story, is because like so many modern Joker stories, it's like you're really beyond credulity that of not killing this guy.
Yeah, here
'cause
it
he's such a psychopathic, like super murderer in a lot of modern stuff. Like that character's just been taken to an extreme. Whereas here, he's like theoretically he's like reformed in the public, and he's doing like real estate scams, but he's still a jokester, and like he will definitely murder people, but he's not. He's like literally holding back on purpose to not, so Batman will like doesn't have a reason to like go farther either.
Oh, I mean, even when it was nice seeing him toned down for sure. Him giving that autograph to the kid. Like, oh man, you must be a big fan. Like that shit was great. But it got me thinking about the whole like, I forget what little like webcomic thing it was. But it was like the idea of like, wow, Superman could do the most good if he was just like powering a perpetual motion machine to give energy to the entire planet. That sort of line of thinking, you know, which is boring as shit in like a comic sense. But I don't know. I never thought about it before because I never thought about Superman before. So it just comes up. Yeah, I didn't. They were also I think it would have helped with this story in particular and the stakes. Like, I didn't care about the orphanage at all. Like, past it's an orphanage and it exists as a thing to help kids. Like, I wish they could have. We got those 2 kids, but I wish they could have like maybe had them in the story a little more, or showed other kids or something. I didn't like it. Didn't. Meh.
You didn't emotionally connect to it.
No, to the concept of an orphanage, I guess. Also probably like the fact that I don't know if it's a fully realistic take, but like think of how many pieces of media there are where the orphanage is like a good place where kids are helped versus like a terrible fucking cesspool of human garbage where kids are forced into. I'm like, okay. So that was sort of that was a bit at odds.
Sure.
Though obviously I assume the orphanage built at the end will be better, or
presumably
something. You would hope.
The evil, presumed dead mastermind of the whole thing did burn alive. So.
Oh, dude, that shot of him burning alive though. The skull, like where he's just a fucking.
I also really like the thing of like the reveal of that he's set the place on fire. It's like the smoke coming up, and it's like his eyes.
Oh, that
was
was
like his hands.
That shit was cool. That was a very good reveal.
Yeah,
no doubt. We didn't get to see a ton of it, but I really liked Batman's. I really liked the Batmobile in this. It's such a little thing. But I was just, there was a shot of it in the Batcave. I think it was like the Christmas shot, because it was like there was one part was like Clark Kent and co having a good time, and the other side was just Alfred vacuuming the floor. And like Bruce Wayne at the Batman at the monitor, but the Batmobile.
Crime never takes a holiday, Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
God, Superman saying, like Batman's like, you could spend the holidays at Wayne Manor if you want. And Superman's like, oh no, thanks, but I'm spending the Christmas with friends. I mean, not that I mean, friends in Metropolis.
Yeah, no, that shit was that line was. So
and Batman's just like, fucking crime never takes a holiday.
But the Batmobile looked so cool in that shot.
Sure.
Because keep in mind, like we haven't really done much in the way of Batman, like normal Batman, right? Yeah. My experience with the Batmobile is like nil. Like most of it is the fucking weird tank machine that comes from Batman Begins
Uh-huh.
and The Dark Knight Rises. So,
Yeah.
or like I know the not maybe not super classic look, but like I guess is it the Adam West one? Whichever one has
I
like the
don't-
huge ass wings coming off the back. Maybe that's whatever movie Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Tim
was in.
Burton.
Yeah, probably Tim Burton is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the Tim Burton one had like the big fins.
Kind of
on
had
the
that
back.
old car look, like very rounded. Yeah,
Sure.
that's the one I'm thinking of. I'm sure. So like, there's
Literally
that.
saw that physical car in real life not that long ago.
Oh, that's cool.
When I was visiting my parents, there's like a big auto mall down there. And there's Batmobiles there.
Oh,
It's like an old mall that is just now filled with old cars.
that's actually pretty cool. It's a good use for that space.
In the middle of, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. But like this Batmobile was kind of
Because
like
the Adam West had two I think it might have some of those elements, but it has like two bubble
right
seats is what I think of. I don't remember. Like I didn't watch. I don't have like strong memories of Adam.
Tell you
West
what, I'll do my own research right now. Adam West Batmobile. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, this is just
yeah.
like a fucking
yeah, that one's just a car.
57 Corvette.
Yeah. Where's the?
Tim Burton Batmobile. This is definitely the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Though probably am I getting it confused with something else? Why am
The
I
Tim Burton one, the big thing is it has like the little like nipple in the front.
Yeah. Nope. Batman Beyond Batmobile is a totally different thing.
Batman the Animated Series is like. It's also different.
That's not what I was thinking of. This is wild though. What a fucking car.
I mean, I'm sure there are others that
beefy
were
boy.
toys.
Yeah.
Which is what this looks like. Like this one in this comic looks like a toy.
I think
Like an 80s toy.
I think mostly
whatever,
I'm
or-
thinking of the Tim Burton version or variations on that.
Sure.
Because the wings are the wings
Or yeah.
the wings and the nipple
They-
are the important
Yeah.
things.
I mean, maybe in one of the Joel Schumacher ones, it looked a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
So this was like it was a good combo. It looked like kind of heavy duty. It had the fat wheels and stuff. I don't know. I want to see this driving around more. Because I really don't like the Dark Knight Rises Batmobile. That era.
It's boring.
It is real
Yeah.
boring. It's just a tank. It's just a mobile tank.
Now, if you want to get spicy, you look up fucking Joker mobiles.
Yeah.
Purple car with the Joker's face on it. Hell yeah.
The other Batmobile I saw recently was from a little write-up about Frank Miller. Is that the right name?
He is a writer. He wrote.
Is he the writer who did the thing where Batman just like fucking kidnaps Robin and kills a bunch of cops and is like a psychopath?
All-Star Batman and Robin, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he wrote, Frank Miller lost his fucking mind, and also is the one who wrote Dark Knight Returns, which is like the first, like, big DC turning point thing of like that's where Batman beats Superman in a fight.
Gotcha.
And like that's where they're like, and like that comes out that came out like earlier the year Watchmen came out. That's like the turning point for comics in going that route. The more adult oriented
Yeah.
serious comics.
Oh man.
And then like so then like after that like Batman Superman's origin gets rewritten so they're more like wary of each other when they first meet or whatever. They're not like just immediate friends.
Yeah.
So some of like the way this is written is like like tipping its hat to that of like them like starting to go that way, but then saying no, but he'll be good. He's against the Joker and Luthor. We'll be fine.
Also, I apologize if there's a background noise. Shit got loud. So
Sure, I didn't hear anything.
okay, it's ongoing, but we'll hope. Yeah. Anyway,
You're editing this one, so I don't.
I am editing this one. Yeah, and this one involves editing.
Hell yeah, I win.
Yeah, you made the right choice, son of a bitch. I would have taken this one anyway. I'm not gonna do you like that. Not when it's me.
So like that, but yeah, and for me, like Batman and Superman, part of their magic is they're superheroes for babies. Is that like the purity of it, like the simpler idea, the simpler stories, is kind of where the magic in it is for me, compared to like with Marvel, where those characters are like shades of gray and it's all interconnected stuff.
Yeah.
Like the simpler adventures is more hits me harder on these characters. I don't find them as interesting when they're Marvelified or whatever. Batman, it works a little better, but
Yeah, and
because you can go harder into like noir stuff.
well, and for me, for Batman, I'm just so, I guess, biased. I was gonna say shaped, but I think more biased right now is like that is that character, because that's like all I know for Batman. Because like I remember Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises, like that was Batman. Like nobody gave a shit about Batman at my school. None of my friends, nobody was reading comics or anything. And then those movies hit, and everybody cared about Batman. So
yeah,
I mean, same for
whereas
Marvel.
when I was a kid, the best action cartoon was the Batman cartoon. Like Batman the Animated Series was just, as much as I like X-Men and Spider-Man, like the Batman one cartoon was like clearly way better.
Yeah.
It was just better made. The animation was better. The writing was sharper. The other stuff was funny, like, but trashier or whatever.
Yeah. So
like as a kid, the best Batman movie I saw was the one that was the animated series movie. That was the most serious movie.
But I also like the idea of just like kids Batman. You know, I mean that's why we're here. Also,
well,
like,
and
that's
it's
why I
more
wanted
like
from
it's
Superman.
Yeah. He's the world's greatest detective. Like that's what he is. It's not like
Yeah.
the thing of him like him figuring out a thing is important instead of like just him having the answers in his utility belt for every fucking thing or whatever. Or having planned ahead for every contingency. Him solving a mystery. Figuring this shit out. Tracking down the Joker. What the fuck is the Joker up to? It gotta be there. Gotta get on this. It's fun.
We read the Bat manga, right?
Yep.
I'm just trying to, like, when you were talking about like figuring stuff out, I was like, yeah, like the Bat manga. And then I had a minor crisis where I tried to remember what exactly the Bat manga was like, and I'm like, did he figure stuff out? Like that's loose. That's like left my brain a little bit.
Yeah, Bat manga is like a different.
Yeah, that's a whole. Yeah,
I mean,
stuff,
it's like,
but
it's like just crazy.
yeah, it's
just another scientist with another fucking robot that's killed him or whatever.
So you had mentioned after we decided to do this comic for this time.
Yeah.
You would also mention that you thought the Batgirls would fit the bill for what I was looking for, which is great because you had previously mentioned the Batgirls, and it sounded fantastic. So
Yeah. It's just fun.
I'm thinking that's where I want to go next.
Sure.
Like I'm
I'm curious if
logical.
it'll hit because I have like a whole different relationship with those characters.
I read
That is part of
several.
what informs.
I've read
But yeah.
several hobby drama write-ups, sir. I believe I'm.
Look, reading a hobby drama is different than having read the stories
Nope.
and having
Same
you have a
level,
different
same-
emotional investment in things.
No, my emotional attachment is exactly the same. Yeah.
Who is in Batgirl? Who are these characters?
Shit.
What are their names?
Okay, there's do I have to get last names too?
Uh-huh.
Damn you. There's Barbara.
Uh-huh.
Barbara.
This is the easy one.
Yeah, I know. Oh shit. There's Barbara. There's girl who like doesn't talk or whatever. Like she just
Originally, she
rarely-
didn't talk.
Originally, yeah.
She spoke the language of violence.
Yeah, sure. Her name starts with a C,
Mm-hmm.
and her last name starts with Barbara Gordon.
Got it.
Okay.
Commissioner Gordon's.
Yeah, I watch DC
Uh,
superhero girls. What about it? Shit. What's the other girl's name? CA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Katie, Kaylee. I'm close.
You're not that close.
Ah, fuck.
CA is correct. That's about it.
Look, that's pretty fucking good.
Okay, who's the other one?
Name starts with an S.
Uh-huh.
Stacy?
No.
Stephanie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'll be damned if I could remember her last name though.
It's Brown.
Okay. What's the other one?
Cassandra Cain.
Cassandra Cain. Fuck. Whatever. I was close. That's pretty good. I didn't think I would get Stephanie. I had nothing going into that one. That was a deep pull for me.
Do you know what her original superhero name was?
Um,
Before she was a Batgirl?
before she was a
And before
Batgirl,
she was
and
and before she was a Robin,
I
briefly?
did know this, I think. It's all fucking muddled. I can't remember. I did
She's
know it.
the spoiler.
Spoiler. Yeah. No, I remember bits. I don't know. The bigger problem is that I read a write-up about these characters, and then I read a different write-up where they are also involved, and I'm just completely lost.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm
Sure.
I'm down for fun. I like it when characters interact with each other.
Mm-hmm. It's another one where I like the art. So
Nice.
maybe
Yeah,
it
I
also
don't-
won't work for you at all.
I haven't. I haven't. Oh, you said this is like.
But I don't know.
It's like the sketched style, kind of. Sorta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a more off-model, sketchy
Hell yeah.
drawing style. And it's more modern comics, so maybe it'll be more readable to you.
Yeah. No, that. I don't know. This one, World's Finest, was It didn't even feel like it was specifically like an old comics thing. Like, just it was dense. It's like other old comics aren't necessarily dense; they just repeat themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't like don't. I hope no. Like, don't get me wrong. It was totally fine. I want to know what fucking happened. I really like the idea of them switching cities. That was honestly that's like the big takeaway. And then the fact that like both cities are we get the duality of citizens from the city being like, "Oh shit, it's this guy." Oh, I guess this guy's not so bad. But then criminals are also more scared of the other one.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fucking good. Which it's funny because it makes sense on both sides, right? Like, if you're used to dealing with Batman and then you're dealing with someone who's functionally a god, like, I'd shit my pants. Meanwhile, if I was used to dealing with Superman and then I went up against the guy who's like a fucking vigilante shadow, I'd also shit my pants. That was a very fun idea.
Yeah.
So that's my take.
And there's just so many drawings and panels in that like really hit hard for me. Like, I love the juxtaposition of Gotham and Metropolis.
Oh yeah.
I really like all like the Batman action things. There's like one shot where he's like jumping in. He's just like silhouette, and then his boot is just like in the door.
Yeah.
And also like he like catches up on someone and he like hangs upside down. Dude, and is like going with like fangs.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
like being spooky.
That shit was good. That was a good panel.
He's out here to scare people. And like and there is like in the drawing there's like physicality to Batman. You just like you could feel like he's like just a dude standing here, whereas Superman feels a little more mythic with his hands on his hips all the time. That's a really big thing for me, is like Superman's never drawn this classic of Superman kind of thing. So I just really appreciated it because I don't get enough of it. There's so much more like doing other stuff with Superman. I think partly I wonder how much of it has to do with like weird copyright stuff.
Oh, like that.
Because I know there is stuff about like them DC doing weird stuff with Superman specifically to make him more unique to like make their copyright holder. Because those Fleischer Superman shorts, those are in the public domain.
Oh, I see.
Like they don't actually own those. So like doing a visual style that's different for them is like for like stupid reasons is a thing they're more inclined to do. Like I know in the 90s Superman got like electric blue powers, and I think that had to do with trademark stuff and a lawsuit of like because Schuster and Siegel like sold the rights to Superman for like $150 or something. For something ridiculously low.
Yeah.
So there's stuff around that right. too.
Interesting.
So they're also like that's my other like they're not good reasons why Superman is not Superman. The Superman I want. Or the Superman like that just hits harder for me. Whatever.
Yeah, unfortunate. But
and like this is just one like I hadn't actually like I had these books sitting on my shelf for a long time, but I hadn't really gone through them, and I was like it really hit the spot for what I was searching for. So
yeah,
it just like hit the exact niche that I was looking for. With these characters,
I'm looking forward to Batgirls, but because when you mentioned that, like it sounds very good.
Yeah, like the thing with Batgirls is like it's a book that's still ongoing, so there's no like story end really at
Sure.
the moment.
But
Whereas this was a 3-issue story
I also like
because these were like prestige format or whatever.
I also like the line of Superman, and Batman, and then Batman, like Batgirls. So
Sure.
that's nice. But I'm still kind of feeling Superman, like overall, like down the road or whatever. So yeah, Superman's cool. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's neat.
Yeah.
He fucking melted.
I wish if I looked at a list of all the best Superman stories, they were all about him losing his powers or dying or crying. One of the above.
You know what was cool?
And look, they're great. It's not like those aren't good stories, but
yeah. You know what he did that was cool in this comic?
What?
He did that quick little side pen melt.
True.
Fucking side-eye laser beam the dude's pen.
So you can sign the paper. And then now that there's an opportunity for
Yeah.
him to like step in and have a conversation.
That shit was too
And
good.
we talk about it.
Yeah.
And that guy just immediately folds.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So I think because like the next Superman thing would probably be the DC animated stuff from the 90s that like spun out of the Batman stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then into the Justice League cartoon. And then there's like one episode of Batman Brave and the Bold that does the Silver Age Superman stuff that's also delightful, but
Nice. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
yeah, Batgirls for next time.
Yeah. Hype.